Hope is not what a lot of people think it is. Because Paul began to show us how hope is generated. I mean, somebody would just think hope is, oh, I'm hoping that by this time tomorrow, let's say somebody wants to pay their rent, or somebody wants to travel, or somebody wants to marry. You know, we casualize hope. But if you look at this text, the first thing that stands out is that hope is a status also in the faith equation that you get into by conscious endeavor and by revelation. And the reason why we're saying this is that, you see, almost everything in the Bible is different from their meaning in English. So what a lot of people have done over the years is that we have used the literal interpretation of things. So there's that temptation that by the time we're looking at concepts in the Bible, we just use the literal English sense to interpret them. I mean, somebody can look at you now and you hear things like, I'm hoping that by this time tomorrow, I will have 25,000 pounds. But the Bible is saying that is not the beginning of hope. So for the believer, look at the beginning of hope. The beginning of hope is that you have to first of all rejoice in the hope of the glory of God. That means for the believer, what is kickstarting or activating hope in you is not the fact that 25,000 pounds is going to come tomorrow or whatever you need. That the beginning of the hope dimension for the believer is that you are rejoicing in the glory of God. By the time you begin to do that, you realize that you are now beginning to activate what is called the biblical hope. How do I know I've contacted what is called the God kind of hope? So that means it does not matter what tribulation is coming my way, I rejoice in it. So that means once we find out that our hope is anchored on the manifestation of the glory of God, we have ruled out any other possibility. Just like Jesus ruled it out for Lazarus. Mary and Martha had other possibility concerning Lazarus. And Jesus said there's only one possibility here, the glory of God. So what you call tribulation, look at it, you begin to glory in tribulation. Then when you see a man that is glorying in tribulation, then the guy just harvested the glory of God.